Done. A schedule which consists of two transactions T1 and T2 is given, and we have to identify if that particular schedule is allowed under basic 2PL, that is basic two-phase locking protocol. If it is allowed under basic 2PL, then we have to identify whether there is a deadlock or not. In a basic two-phase locking protocol, there is a growing phase and there is shrinking phase. After growing phase, in growing phase, each the transaction will try to acquire the logs. All the logs should be acquired in the growing phase. Once it releases one particular log, after that on any data item, after that it is not allowed to again request any other log. Once it has started releasing the logs, then after that it should not request any log, either exclusive or shared log, on any other data item. If that conditions are followed, then it is allowed under basic two-phase locking protocol. If particular schedule is allowed under basic two-phase protocol, all the transaction in that schedule should follow the conditions which we have discussed just now. That means all the logs should be acquired in growing phase and all the logs should be released in shrinking phase. Once there is a release of any data item in any log and any data item, there should not be any more request on any data item, request of any log on any other data item. So if we see the two transactions here, X is nothing but exclusive log and S is nothing but shared log. Here transaction 1 acquires exclusive log on data item A. After that it will read A, and here it updates the value of A. Here A is increased to 3 and then it writes the value of A. After that it acquires exclusive log on B. Here it is in growing state only. Here it didn't release any log, any log. That means here we can say it is following the format of basic two-phase locking protocol. If we see transaction 2, here also it acquires shared log on B, shared log on data item B and shared log on data item A. It didn't start releasing of the data items, releasing of the logs on the data items. So we can say transaction 2 is also following the format of basic two-phase locking protocol. So we can say this schedule is allowed under basic basic two-phase locking protocol. Now we have to identify if there is any deadlock or not. So if we see the log, if you see transaction 1 acquires exclusive log on data item A, and transaction 2 wants to has acquired data item shared log on A. So here T1 is already holding exclusive log on data item A. Here T2 is requesting shared log on data item A. That means here T2 is waiting for the T1 to release exclusive log on data item A, and at the same time here shared log on data item B is acquired by transaction T2. But here T1 is requesting exclusive log on B. That means here T2 is waiting for T1 is waiting for T2 to release a shared log on data item B. That means here T1 is waiting for T2 to release the log on A, and T1 is also waiting on T2 to release the log on B. That means we can say there is a deadlock. So here correct option is option C, allowed under basic two-phase locking protocol, but there is a deadlock. So here C is the correct option.
Consider the following language. L is equal to a power n, b power n, c power n such that n starts with 1. What is the complexity of the Turing machine for the above language in polynomial equation? Option A, 2n square plus 2n plus 1, B, 4n square plus 3n plus 1, C, 3n square plus 4n plus 1, D, n cube plus 2n plus 1. Here the complexity of Turing machine can be calculated based on the number of movements of the header for recognizing the inputs. Say certain values, certain samples we take for the number of movements. Say for example, first of all we have to know the logic of accepting this language by the Turing machine. So here n is equal to 1, we can have the string A, B, C followed by blank spaces. So for language A power n, B power n, C power n to accept, we have to make this, let us suppose n is equal to 2, we have to make this A as x, go right, and B as y, go right, C as z, and come back till you reach the x. Again immediately you go to the initial state and repeat the procedure. A you have to make it as x, again go for right and bypass this y, and B as y, and again C as z, and again come back to the x, that is the rightmost x now. So now again you go to the initial state, when there is no B identified, then you bypass all these things, then you will get a blank space. After encountering the first blank space, it is a confirmation that the string is ended, so that you can go to the final state and halt it. So like that we have to calculate the number of movements. For n is equal to 1, let us see, A is equal to x first, then this is one movement, B as y, this is a second movement, C as z, again third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh you get blank space, eighth you will halt. So number of movements will be 8. So for n is equal to 2, A, B, B, C, C, blank, blank, first we make A as x, again B as y, C as z. So for 1, 2, 3, 4 movements, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 you get blank space, at 23 it will halt. Similarly for n is equal to 3, A, B, 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 C, 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 you will get 46 movements. So for substitution of these values for n is equal to 1, 2 and 3, so this equation is suitable for this, that is 4n square plus 3n plus 1. Option B is the right option, 4n square plus 3n plus 1. The complexity is always calculated based on the number of movements of the header for accepting the language.